Hello and welcome back to Europe 1100. It's been quite some time since the previous episode because I've obviously been doing a lot of off-screen progression. Nothing too impactful as you might expect because, well, there hasn't really been anything going on. As I said in the previous episode as well, we literally do not have anything to do because there are no bandits. I have not seen a bandit party since I don't even know what episode, but literally one of the earliest episodes is when the last time I've seen a bandit. And even including my off-screen progressions as well, I've not seen anything. No looters, no sea raiders, no hideouts, no nothing. It's actually very surprising, to be honest. Anyway, apart from that fact, I have actually just been doing some trading. As you can see, I have some hogs here. I did attempt to get as many war mounts as I could get my hands on. As you might expect, they are still very scarce. It is very, very difficult to find any war mounts. I have been attempting to try to stockpile them as much as possible, but unfortunately Northampton, which is the only place that actually has the ability to really give you war mounts in a pretty significant fashion, even though, as you can quite clearly tell, they're not really giving me much here. I don't really want to spend 1200 on war mounts, even though, to be fair, if it's the only way I can do it, then it's the only way I can do it, right? Anyway, to catch you up a little bit on what I've been doing, basically just trading and doing tournaments. That is literally the only thing that I've been doing so far. Unfortunately, and this is also something that I was a bit disappointed by, actually, I'm not entirely sure what's even going on with that, but I was also unable to participate in any tasks. And I'm actually quite surprised at this because when I have been running around previously, and I'm talking about in general, it doesn't have to be this mod specifically, but when I'm running around in general, usually I'm going to come across any number of tasks that I'll be able to do. But as you can see, there's just literally betting fraud here. I don't really care to do betting fraud right now because betting fraud obviously is not very, that's just not very good. It doesn't really give me too much. And also doing tournaments right now is not that profitable for me. Anyway, we are at war. That's probably something that I should have led with at the beginning of the episode, shouldn't I? But yes, anyway, we are at war against the Irish, and we're going to be attempting to eliminate them if we can. Obviously, there's a castle here. I'm basically wanting to try and find whether we have the ability to get caravans. That's basically what I want to try to do. I want to try to target caravans if at all possible. I'm not really seeing anything dramatic here though, I gotta say. I mean, I'm seeing some villagers right here, and obviously we do have a vassal over there. So let me just very quickly head in here, make sure that I have, how many days do I have? 28 days. I think that should be enough food, right? I think that should be enough food. But yeah, war mounts have been exceptionally difficult to find, and I will have to actually level up these fellows into what I can, because that's going to give me the ability to field Scottish Knights, which are obviously fantastic. We're going to go and get one dinghy here, just so that I can actually go and set sail. And then we're going to do battle with this guy. Yes, we're actually going to do battle with him. Hopefully I can actually do that.
Stop there.
Okay, I can actually do that on the ocean. I don't think we have naval battles right now. I don't think we have naval battles. I just want to show you my statistics as well beforehand. I did gain another level, and I put a focus point into athletics. I kind of felt like, hey, you know what? I probably should put another point into this. It seemed to be something that really did kind of need a bit of a boost. So I thought, yeah, okay, let's do that. And otherwise, we're going to be going in against Harry here. Now, he does have some pretty decent troops. I believe he is fielding some rather high tier ones, surprisingly enough, but obviously we're going to be attempting to try and take him prisoner as much as possible, or take as many of them prisoner as we can. And I'm very much hoping that now that we are finally at war against someone, and this is actually really, really funny as well, because it's been, I don't even know how long it's been, by the way. I didn't actually take note of how many months it has been. I actually don't know whether it's been months. I think it's probably been about an in-game month or so. I don't know. You can probably go back in the in the series and see the previous episode, and then you can see the date. But it's winter, as you can quite clearly tell. It is very much winter, and everything has changed to be representative of that. And so obviously things are now going to start being very, very tricky for us indeed. Thankfully, I'm not going to really have too many issues here. Hopefully, I'm not going to get shot too much. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to do a little bit of damage here and there, but I guess I'm just going to have to wait for my forces to actually charge in, because they are actually going to be charging. Maybe I should get out my bow? Oh, no, I can't actually get out my bow. Why can't I use my bow on horseback? Is it just that this bow is not available on horseback or something like that? I actually have no idea. Apparently I can't use it on horseback. That's really weird. I thought that it could be used, but apparently not, for some reason. I don't know why that is, but okay. Anyway, I will have the ability to level up my two-handed quite nicely here as well. I really want to get more kills, but unfortunately, seems like this is going to be a bit of a mixed bag performance for me. It's been so long since I've actually fought in this particular series that I'm not really used to the sledgehammer now, because, as I say, the only thing that I've really been doing is tournaments, if you're talking about combat encounters, because everything else is just not possible, you know? I mean, that's the funny thing. I really should try it, okay? I think I will try it next time around, so whenever there is an extended period of peace, I might just go, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to attack someone. I'm just going to attack a caravan or something like that, and then we're just going to see what happens. Because for me personally, I'd rather have some kind of war happen every few weeks. Obviously, from a realistic perspective, that's probably not going to be, you know, that's probably not going to be happening. But if you think about it from a gameplay perspective, having peace be almost a consistent thing almost all the time, it can get a little bit annoying, because obviously, as you might expect, what do you want from, you know, a game like this? You want to go into battles. You want to have a nice balance of what kind of gameplay you're going to get. And that's generally what you would normally see. Yeah, you would normally see a nice balance, but unfortunately the way it is right now, we're not really getting that balance. So I'm going to have to, here we go. Oh yes. Thankfully, we are now starting to get rewarded for our patience, or shall we say for my patience, because it has been a long time, that's for sure. All right, let's go in here. Hand over your goods, sir. And let's actually just have a quick look here. Cavalry suffer a medium penalty while attacking in a river crossing battle. That is technically what we are doing here. Oh, and now it's a desert. Okay. Well, the modding team might need to look at that actually, because we're in the middle of the ocean, and well, I don't normally mind if we, you know, are on a regular battlefield, but this is the desert and it is snowing. So it is a little strange, but maybe it's a Bannerlord issue more than anything else. I don't think, personally for me, the modding team has been absolutely fantastic for Europe 1100, so I haven't really experienced anything problematic at all. And yeah, well, yeah, you can quite clearly see what the issue might be here. But as I say, I'm not asking for naval battles. That's the whole point. I'm not asking for naval battles. I think it could be really, really fun in the end to have some naval battles, but obviously that requires a huge amount of effort to make work, because that actually isn't even that isn't even in the base game. It's not even in the base game. So obviously that is a thing that would be, you know, created from scratch, basically, which would be very, very hard to do, or it would take a long time to do at least. Anyway, we are going to be done here. Very nice. That's all I really wanted. And now we will get even more influence. We just want to generate as much influence as we can possibly get. And look at the amount. Oh yeah, we're getting some wonderful, wonderful gear here as well. My surgeon and me are going to be getting some nice equipment as well, which is inevitably going to make us even better when we go into these future battles. So once it's automatically saved, I'm going to be attempting to look for a landing spot. I think there's going to be a landing spot over to the left over here somewhere. Yeah, there's the, no, that's a ferry point. Where's the landing spot? Is there actually a landing spot here? Or does it only show up when I'm a little bit closer? It might only show up when we're closer to that particular area. Or can I just go through the ferry point? I might be able to just go through the ferry point as my ship, and then we should be absolutely fine. I'm just going to accept the ransom here, and yeah, I can actually go. All right, wait. No. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, so wait a second. If I do this, then I can set sail from here? Okay, that's great. Okay, because I remember actually one time, I think in the previous version, I think this was a bug in the previous version, I went into a ferry point and I think I lost my boat or something like that, but yeah, that was probably just because I made a mistake or something, but yeah, anyway, I'm actually just going to save here real fast, just in case something happens, I do something wrong or whatever. I just want to make sure that we don't make a mistake, because if we do, that's going to be terrible. So otherwise, let's actually just take a quick look. Okay, yeah, I am very close to Glasgow, so I'm literally just going to go straight on over here, sell all my prisoners, and then we're just going to take a quick look at selling some stuff here, because as I said, I really do want to try and maximize the amount of war mounts I'm getting. I've already spent all my war mounts pretty much, as you can see, all the ones that I gained in my off-screen time, hilariously enough. And otherwise, apart from that, look at this. Look at how much money you can make just from being at war against someone. It's actually ludicrous how much money you can make. Look at this. 19,000, and just think about it. What? Who did I fight? I just fought one person, right? One vassal, right? One vassal and one caravan. And look at what has happened now. I'm getting 21,000 gold, which is actually almost half of what I have earned in the entire time of me doing trading. It's actually crazy, and I don't even have a price penalty reduction for selling equipment to marketplaces, which makes that makes a huge difference. You know, having price penalty decreases really makes a huge difference as well. Like in general, I mean, if you think about how it is when you have a decent amount of trade skill. If you get that price penalty thing, I mean, where is it? Let me see if I can actually just show you where it is. I think this is it. No, wait. That might not be it. Where is it? It's somewhere here. It's one of these later ones. I can't remember where it is now. But yeah, here. Yeah. It's basically like this. I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, like this. Yeah, there's just so many price penalty things that you can actually get here. I think there is one. It might be in the smithing tree, actually. Yeah, it might be in the smithing tree. Where is it? It's somewhere here. It's absolutely amazing. There it is. Look at that. This is one of the greatest ways that you can make cash. If you want to do smithing, and if you don't mind having a lot of patience, because it is going to require a lot of patience to get to 175, then this is a fantastic, absolutely incredible perk to take, because minus 50% trade penalty when selling smith weapons, you can imagine how effective that's going to be, paired with this as well, a minus 15% price penalty while selling equipment. I think it does stack, and I'm not sure whether Appraiser actually applies to weapons or whether it only applies to armor, because it says equipment. So I don't know what that really I don't know what that really what that's referring to. Does it refer to, you know, what I actually think it refers to, or does it refer to, you know, just armor and stuff? You know, because if it's just that, well, then obviously it's not really going to work out too well. All right, so I'm actually just going to go here, and we are then just going to move on, and let's see whether we can oh, hello. No, I do not want to go here, thank you very much. Okay, yeah, we're going to get out of here real fast. Or not, as the case may be. Can I not go? But are you serious? I can't actually move around that way? Oh, okay. Well, that's a huge issue, isn't it? Alright, I'll just go here then. There we are. There only seems to be one entry point to the ferry area So that's a huge issue, actually. That really makes things so much more difficult for us. Okay, so this fellow actually has only Irish levies, so this actually shouldn't be too bad at all. This should be really, really simple for us. Hopefully we're going to be able to make it work. And wow, yeah, this is very snowy, isn't it? All right, I'm just super pleased to be getting back into the battles because as you've seen, we make so much cash from this, and obviously my mercenary contract is also going to be pumping out the money so dramatically, and obviously we're going to be getting a decent amount of influence and renown and all this wonderful stuff too. So that's a big deal. Can I actually hit some people? Yes, I can. Nice. There we go. My mallet is actually dealing some pretty decent damage to multiple targets as well. I don't know whether you've noticed that, but it seems to hit multiple people every single swing if I actually do hit close by to people, you know. That does actually happen, which is quite interesting to me because I would have expected a sword to do something much more than that. I would have expected a lot more cleave damage from a sword rather than a mallet. I think a mallet would be a lot more pinpoint, but I don't know. Maybe that's just the kind of weapon it is. It's actually very nice. I like that. Anyway, we can hopefully just take these guys. I'm actually not entirely sure if we can take... We could take them prisoner. That's the question. We could take them prisoner because there is a friendly town nearby, and I'm kind of thinking, hey, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we do want to try to fight around that town. Maybe that's the thing that we are going to have to do to sort of maximize our progression here. Because if we have a safe zone with which we can return to, that's going to be really, really useful for us. Anyway, as you can see right here, we can basically just take all of the higher tier troops, and we've obviously taken the vassal prisoner as well. We've got a huge amount of loot. And this is Galway over here, so we're going to be going over there. Wait a minute. Maev is there. Okay, let's be a little bit careful, alright? Let's be a little bit careful. She's chasing us right now. Okay, no offense, but I think I can probably take her on, but let's actually just see. She's got some decent units, actually. Oh, wait a minute. We've got a fight going on here between one of the Scottish vassals. Let's go and actually just help him real fast. I'm just going to go into an auto-resolve here. This should be pretty easy for us. There we go. We actually gained some significant... Whoa. Okay, yeah. We gained some significant relation bonuses from this. And also take a look at these troops right here. These troops are going to be absolutely insane. Look at them. These are literal tier 6s. So what we're going to do is we're literally just going to leave them... Oh yeah, you heard me right. We are going to leave them in my prisoner's hold here, and I'm literally going to try to persuade them to join us. That's going to be the thing that we will attempt to do here, because if we can persuade those really high tier units to join us, then we just skip over the war mounts. You know, we don't need war mounts any further, because we're just going straight to tier 6. It is going to take a huge amount of time to, persuade them. But hopefully it's going to work. Oh no, one of my... What? Who's this guy? Sudanese tribesman? Who's that guy? I guess that's a minor faction mercenary company or something like that, but that's very funny. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to sell her, and we'll probably try to keep all of these. We'll sell the rest. There we go. That's 2,300, not too bad. So yeah, we're just going to keep the rest of those prisoners. It is going to be a little bit of a problematic situation that we are going to have in not that long of a time, because we're going to move super slowly now. That's the thing. We're going to move very, very slowly in comparison to what you'd normally think. And that's obviously just purely for the fact that we have prisoners. We have prisoners now, and we don't have that many horses. So that's obviously a bit of a problem too. Anyway, we've got some sheep here. Do I need to sell anything else? We could sell the wine, I suppose. Wine sells for a pretty significant amount here. We can sell these things too. I mean, I've got a huge amount of food now, 75 days worth. Don't really need to look at trading right now. 19,000 once again. Absolutely crazy amounts. Alright, hello. Okay, we got villagers. Okay, so... I think we can probably take this vassal on. don't you think? I think we can probably take her on. Let's have a look see here. All right, so I'm actually going to be going for Warlord here because this literally gives me plus 30% influence gain from battles, which is exactly what we want to power our mercenary contract even further. It's going to be really, really useful for us. And otherwise, apart from that, do we want to do anything else? Do I want to level up my steward skill? I'm kind of... Let me just... I need to look at my clan for a real quick second. Okay, so do I have anyone with me right now? I think I have Mr. Surgeon Man. Yes, I have Mr. Surgeon Man, and that is it. Everyone else is running caravans, which obviously is the main reason why I was actually able to even continue running around, by the way, because they were earning me either breaking even in regards to how much money they were making and how much my wages were costing, or they were giving me a substantial profit. Sometimes I was losing money, of course, but, well, that was made up by me trading and so on. So obviously that makes a difference. But unfortunately, I don't have any additional spaces for companions. I could make Mr. Horse Thief into a caravan. I was actually thinking of doing that, to be honest. So maybe that's something we want to do. And as you can see, I literally am the steward. So I think I probably want to spec into steward, even though that is not something that I was intending to do, because I actually wanted to get a spouse to do that.
Stop that.
But that doesn't seem to be working. That's just not going to work, because we don't have the ability to persuade anyone to join us, because the percentage chance is too low, and it's obviously predetermined as it is anyway. I don't know whether you know this, but as far as I remember, whenever you go into a conversation that you need to use persuasion, or need to do the persuasion minigame in Bannerlord, it's predetermined the result. So whenever you go in, let's say that you want to go in and talk to a lady or a lord, and you're trying to persuade them to marry your character. Well, the chance to succeed in any one of those conversation options is predetermined from the beginning of the conversation. And the results are re-rolled or recalculated, if you want to use, that term instead. They are recalculated every single day or every single week. It very much depends. I don't actually know the specifics on that, but they are recalculated every few days, I'm going to assume. And so that means that if you don't get a good, I don't know, persuasive percentage, or shall we say, if you do get a good persuasive percentage, let's say you have 90% chance, but the game has rolled against you and you don't know. That's the whole point. That's what's really, really funny about the system. You do not know that has actually happened until after you fail. And the way that the mechanics work with the persuasion system, obviously, is the fact that if you're trying to persuade someone to marry your character, you are then told, I can't marry you, I'm gonna have to go over here and don't speak to me ever again. And then you have to leave it a little bit of time, and then after a little bit of time has passed, then and only then will you actually be able to ask them to marry you again, and then they might decide to do that or not. So I actually haven't tested out that particular functionality, so I'm only talking through what I've seen so far in my own tests, but I haven't gone as far as actually testing out how long it takes for them to want to talk to you again. So hopefully that is clear, because let's face it, I usually I'm not very good at explaining things, so my apologies for that ahead of schedule. But hopefully it has shed some light on what's currently going on. Anyway, yeah, I am actually in a bit of a spot of difficulty right here, because I desperately want to get war mounts, but there are no mount producing villages in Irish territory, as you can see, and I'm not able to actually besiege any of these towns. It's actually impossible for me to besiege them, and as we've already seen, the horses available in that particular town up there, the only friendly town that we have available to us, that is unfortunately not viable for us at all. So yeah, that's a huge issue. Anyway, we're just going to be auto-resolving here, as I've said, and I'm probably going to go back. I know this may seem counterintuitive as well. Wait a minute, please don't attack me. Okay, he's not attacking me. I am in a disorganized state at the moment. Wait a minute, where do I need to go? I need to go over here. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, this is really bad. Okay, see now this is exactly the reason why I'm not a big fan of the design here. I do not like this design at all, but it is strategically powerful for the, you know, for the force that is currently, you know, in control of Waterford, to be honest, because it basically makes it so that anyone attempting to sort of arrive from Wales is going to have some huge issues actually getting by Waterford. Like, for example, as you can see here, this guy literally wanted to... He basically wanted to kill us. Actually, you know what? Do you think I can take him down? That's the question. Do you think I can take him down? I might be able to. He's got a lot of levies. He's got a lot of levies, as you can see right here. He has 72 levies, and basically everything else is basically just militia. So I should theoretically be able to do so, but I am very worried about losing, potentially. Because if I lose, I'm going to give him massive amounts of rescued prisoners in the form of tier 6 cavalry. And I'm just going to make him even stronger. So, you know what? I'm going to play things pretty safe for now, even though I really don't want to. I really do want to go over there and see what we can do against him. But I'm thinking right now that probably the better course of action would be for me to go back to Scottish territory, get a bunch of Scottish units, as much as I possibly can get at least, and then return. And maybe I can actually buy some horses in the moment as well, or shall we say for the moment as well. And otherwise, ooh, look at that, another 15,000. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Every single time we get into any kind of war, even if it's just small little border skirmishes here and there, it doesn't matter, because look at how effective it is for us. It's actually insane. Anyway, unfortunately, the Scottish are being a little bit stupid right now, and they're actually raiding their own villages, because these two villages right here are technically their own, but obviously because they are indeed under enemy control right now, they are raiding them, which is not exactly what you would want them to do, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Anyway, I'm just going to do my best to try to get as many noble troops under my banner as I can, because these guys are literally going to level up and be the, well, hopefully be the fantastic addition to our forces that we need to thwart the efforts of the opponent and all that wonderful stuff, right? Anyway, let's just go in here. Let's see if we have anything. Yeah, there's one war mount available, but everything else is just no. Yeah, there's not much available, unfortunately. Oh my, yeah, that's really, really bad. Okay, well, one thing we can do, which I would like to do, is try to increase the variety of food that I have in my inventory. Because if I can do that, that's going to mean that my steward skill is going to increase dramatically. So, do they have any olives here? Yeah, they have a couple of olives. Okay, yeah, we're just going to basically do that. There we go. We are swimming in money right now as well, and I don't even need to worry about it any further, I don't think. At least not for the moment. Because if I continue fighting, which inevitably I am going to attempt to do, of course, I will continue to fight, or try to, then my mercenary contract will pretty much just save me from any kind of cost. Unfortunately, there is... Wait a minute. Am I correct in thinking that both of my caravans, this guy is being attacked by the same fellow that attacked my other caravan? Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Oh, interesting. Haha, okay, fine. I think I might go on a mission to hunt this guy down. I might actually even execute him, to be honest, because he's very frustrating. Because he's literally attacking, or has been attacking, almost all of my forces multiple times now. And he has literally eliminated my entire caravan force. Actually, no, wait. He hasn't. this fellow actually managed to survive. Jakub, very nice. Very nice. He did a good job. Okay, there's the guy. Is that the fellow? Yep, that's the fellow. All right. Unfortunately, yeah, I can't actually even execute him because he's a part of a minor faction. So I will not be doing that by the looks of things. But we will be going in for an auto-resolve against this guy. Should I just let him go? I feel like letting him go is going to be the only thing that I can really do, because as you know, or maybe you don't, if you don't know this, then unless you have the entirety of the clan in your prisoner's hold, and you execute them all in the same exact moment, they're going to come back infinitely. So I'm just going to let this guy go. That's pretty much all I can really do, unfortunately. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be taking any of the... I should probably be taking these guys, shouldn't I? Light cavalry, but they don't seem to be using cavalry? They don't have a horse? It doesn't seem like they actually have a horse, so I'm just going to leave them, I guess. But if they had a horse, or if it seemed like they had a horse, then I would have done that, but... Oh well, never mind. Okay, so let's actually have a look here. Let's do this. Let's fight this fellow as well. And we will hopefully... Yeah, okay, that was not too bad. We'll let him go too. Okay, we got some of these guys. Yeah, I don't want to take anyone else. Yeah, this is... it's going to be a bit harsh, isn't it? I feel like it's going to be a bit harsh to try to persuade all these prisoners to join me. It seems like this is... well, not a losing battle, but it's definitely going to be a battle that will be hard won. Not sure if it's even going to be possible for me to do it, but I am just very pleased that we now have the opportunity to attack someone yet again. Because, let's face it, it's been a long time, hasn't it? It has been a long time. Okay, so let's have a look here. Probably going to go for wages in the party, because I kind of want to increase my steward skill. So if you take frugal, which is the other thing, you know, it's very, very good if you want to just use one type of food, because obviously, you know, you don't get any morale penalty for that. However, it also reduces the amount of food that your forces eat, which slows down your steward skill level ups. Or at least that's what I've seen happen in the past. Or should we say someone told me about that, maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure, but whatever the case, yeah, let's wade in right here. Let's wade in right here, try to do as much damage as possible. There's a level up for Bruce. Yeah, that is exactly what he wants. He has had enough of not having anyone to bonk on the head with his mallet. Thank you. There we go. Yes. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I actually wonder, where are the Scottish? Where are the Scottish? And are they actually wanting to take any of the castles and so on and so forth in the area? Because it feels to me like they are being rather passive in that regard. Because there is a castle currently under control of the Irish. They have it, and it is in Scotland. And they could very easily just go and launch an attack against it. But they don't seem to want to do that for some reason. I don't know why. But, I mean, I'm not them, am I? You know, I don't know. I don't know what the AI is thinking in that regard. But there you go. We were able to achieve victory. We're going to obviously gain some influence and some wonderful, wonderful things. And otherwise, I think I'm mostly looking forward to the loot. Going to let this guy go once again. Let's see, what else do we have here? This guy, yep, okay, we're going to be taking him. Thank you. Yeah, these Irish scouts, I don't know whether I really want to take them at the moment, because I'm thinking that I'd rather prefer to save my prisoner spaces for things that can level up into tier 5 and above. Because if I go for the Irish scouts right here, as you can see, they literally just level up into tier 4s, which, well, that's actually pretty good, you know, that's fine. But I personally would prefer something that goes a little bit further, just so that we have that overall, the overall ceiling of how powerful they can be is going to be much, much higher. Anyway, we are now able to increase our melee mounted damage. We can do something like this. Meaningful favors is usually what I'm going to take. And also we leveled up, so I'm going to be going for another point in Steward. I know, isn't that funny? Haha, yes. Indeed. Anyway, apart from that, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens in the next one, because we're now finally in a battle, And you can see here, or shall we say in a war, and you can see here that the total strength is actually relatively even. I'm very surprised at this, actually, because I've been doing so many battles, and we've won every single one of them so far, and yet the Scottish are taking massive casualties. Nevertheless, I don't know what's going on with them, but anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.